Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. The Fierce Battle event is out. And I'm gonna give it a go. I'm not gonna lie, I started reading the information about it, like the top line. The only thing I know is that the enemy, the boss you're facing, has damage reduction. That's all I know. And then I stopped reading, so I was like, let me take this on for the first time with no knowledge of what's happening. Like let me just take it on. Fresh, do you know what I mean? Like without any knowledge, just as like an initial reaction. But all I know is that they have damage reduction. That's all I know. And then I stopped reading. But so far from what I've seen, they seem to be following. They seem to be following a. How do I put it? Not pan. Definitely not pan or not an outlet, but a kind of. A layout similar to what I was thinking, which is essentially you take enemies on from a specific saga. I didn't realize you were going to face more than one enemy, quite similar to like SBR, ESBR, Infinite Dragon Ball History, you know, etc. In different in different stages rather than like a continuous phase like, you know, LGE and stuff. But it does look quite similar to what I was thinking. I thought there would just be one essentially major battle, which, you know, one of my examples was, oh, you know, you're doing Planet Namek Saga, then you fight Frieza, or maybe like, you know, Frieza with his gimmicks, like maybe he transforms, or maybe you fight full power Frieza immediately and there's like a countdown mechanic until he does, you know, essentially what his LR actually does now, which is, you know, he does "you must die by my hand" or something. But it seems it's got a similar layout to how SBR and ESBR is. Other than that, as I said, I don't completely know what this event does. That makes sense. So the only thing I know that they do in battle, which is obviously going to make it more difficult, is the fact that it has damage reduction, which I can definitely see here because Vegeta's literally only critting nail for about 800k, which is ridiculous. Vegeta usually crits for about like 1.3 million. And if you're wondering why I'm not using the new Goku or Vegeta, is because I haven't finished Dokkaning them yet. So just bear with. The showcases on them two units are coming soon as well. As I said, just bear with your boy. They're coming. So we've beaten Nail. That wasn't too difficult at all. There's quite a few fights though. Nail, Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta, Goku. So this is from the perspective of essentially the villain. Or you get to pick who you face. We'll go with our boy Piccolo. No disrespect to Krillin, but we'll go with our boy Piccolo. He's also an AGL type, but are they all AGL types, or is it just him and Nail are both AGL types? I kind of want that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite curious to see how much little damage this is actually going to end up doing because of the damage reduction. So we haven't actually supered yet, so we haven't built up defense. We have type advantage. What's the damage? 63k. I mean, this doesn't seem difficult at all, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it gets harder the further you get in. But initial reaction, initial thoughts, it seems like an easy version of not even ESBR. It seems like an easy version of SBR. But the only reason why this takes a bit longer than usual, or than it probably would initially, is the bosses have damage reduction. Is that it? Is that literally the only gimmick? $800k on a super, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I did think that the event was going to follow two perspectives. I mean, it said it anyway, like an extreme version and a super version. I did think there would be kind of restrictions on the teams you could take though. Like, for example, we're technically looking at the point of view as if you were a villain, like Frieza, because we're fighting super class enemies. So I thought maybe we would have to take an extreme class team rather than any team you wanted. And I definitely thought it was going to be a lot harder than this. I said, this is kind of my initial reaction. Maybe it gets harder the deeper you get into it. Like maybe Goku's going to be ridiculously hard, along with the damage reduction. But yeah, initial thoughts. This is... Okay, Piccolo has multiple phases after he fuses with Nail. But is this going to be any more difficult than it has been? Or is it just going to be as as easy as it has been up to now. Just again, just the damage reduction just makes this longer. Because currently right now, I was expecting a little bit more from this event, I've got to be honest. So like while we're doing this, I kind of want to see what the event is saying. Let me check Twitter and see what people are saying about the event, or if anyone's actually said anything about the event. Dokkan battle. Has anyone been saying anything about it? Has anyone tried it? You just typing in Dokkan battle would probably be a huge mistake, just for the sole fact I'll just see loads of people summoned. So some guys completed it. Let me get a translation on the tweet, because I'm pretty sure that's French or Spanish. I think that's French. Discover the new game mode. It's too easy. There are just the missions that make it difficult, and it's very long. Is that it? I'm not gonna lie, I was hoping for a little bit more on this event. Apparently it's just long, and apparently the only difficult part of the actual event is when you're doing the missions. Which even then, is it really that difficult unless the missions are incredibly specific rather than... But the missions are probably just going to end up being take this category or take 3-4 units from this category or have these amount of category units minimum on your team. But apparently the event isn't difficult at all. It's just long. And the only thing that makes... Okay, to be fair, he puts difficult. He puts the word difficult. He's paraphrasing. He puts the word difficult in quotations like, oh yeah, it's difficult. Damn, I'm not gonna lie, I've not even finished the event and I'm kind of disappointed. Has anyone else said anything about the event? I had high hopes for this event, I've got to be honest. I thought this was gonna be like, you know, on par, like maybe like a mid-ground, like similar to the God event, but and not as difficult, and maybe but a bit more difficult than like LGE or like the God event, but in like an ESBR format or something, or just essentially a Super Battle Royale format, because you know that's where it started. What's this guy saying? Okay, they didn't say anything, but apparently it's just, I think it's just category missions, because the guy was like full power and sworn enemy with one team. Damn, so it's essentially like LGE, Infinite Dragon Ball History, an SBR, where essentially you've got to take either a full category team, I'm guessing, or category unit, or a minimum amount of category units. I'm guessing, considering he said he'd done 2 teams in one. Actually, to be fair, you can do that anyway. So it's either a full category team, or it's either a full category team, or it's, as I said, like I can't remember which event does it, but take a minimum amount of like space traveling warriors, like 3 minimum on your team. Apparently the only difficult part about it is the fact that it's long. I'm not glad I'm disappointed. I had, as I said, I had high hopes for this event. I thought it was going to be something sick. I thought it was going to be something like kind of challenging. Like, as I said, between like God level and like maybe like ESBR or the God event. Or, like the layout of ESBR with like the God event. Damn. I'm not glad. As I said, I had high hopes. I thought this was going to be something fun we could do. I mean, 150k on a Super ain't bad. I mean, I kind of expect that because they have type disadvantage. But that's... I really expected more, I'm not going to lie. I expected a whole lot more. A whole lot more. I don't know, maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault. I don't know. Was I expecting too much? Yeah, I really thought this was going to be like, as I said, like, maybe... It was more so what I wanted for the event, but I thought maybe they could do, as I said, like a difficulty between the God event and like LGE. Have the layout as either like I didn't mind, like, have the layout like Legendary Goku event or Super Battle Road. And then when it said from 2 perspectives, I thought, oh, okay, they're going to ask us to like take on a set of, you know, phases or each event from each saga, like Planet Namek saga. You've got to take on Frieza. Maybe he has multiple forms, like first form, second form, third form, etc. And then maybe he has like a gimmick attached to it where he lowers your attack, lowers your defense. One of them, maybe he locks you in place. Maybe he has one of those countdown things like his Dokkan event does. And then you get absolutely mollywopped with like a big amount of damage. And then after that, you know, after you finish Planet Namek, then you take on, I don't know, I do know, what's after that? Cell Saga. Then you take on Cell. Maybe you take on his multiple forms. Maybe he has his own gimmick where he potentially can stun you. You know, maybe he can, you know, oh, you think you're beating him, but he comes back and then he fully heals and, you know, something like that. And then eventually you take on like Kid Buu or something, but nothing like that at all. And then I thought maybe you had to take extreme units, like purely just extreme units. And that's where the two perspectives comes from. You take the extreme unit team into the event, and then you take on Goku from the Planet Namek Saga. Or Planet Namek Saga, sorry. Then you take on Goku from the Cell Saga. Then you take on Goku from the Kid Buu Saga. And there'll be different variants of Goku from each different saga in Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it's close to that. Like, you're taking on essentially bosses from the Planet Namek Saga. But there's no difficulty to it whatsoever by the looks of things. Which is a huge shame. And it just seems there's category missions to complete, or similar to category missions where you have a minimum amount of category allies on one team. Or units. I'm not glad, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. This could have been like a really good, fun, another challenging event. There's like a combination of, as I said, both God event and like Goku event, or like God event and ESBR. But it's just, I don't know. We already have events like this in the game, like Super Dragon Ball History. Well, no, not Super, Infinite Dragon Ball History, that's the one. And then like, what else? Boss Rush isn't as hard as it used to be. It's just essentially like, it's essentially Boss Rush. It's themed Boss Rush. It's saga related Boss Rush. That's all it is. Oh, with damage reduction. That's it. It's themed Boss Rush with damage reduction. That's literally all it is. I'm not glad, I'm disappointed. I'm not glad, I'm disappointed. I generally thought this event was going to be more than just another boss rush or something. Or Infinite Dragon Ball History. I'm not glad, it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. It kind of sucks. Well, while we are here, as always, I think I said this before in the video, but I mean, you know, we're having to put myself through. I'm joking. But yeah, if just as always, guys, like I've been grinding non-stop, so I mean, if it'll mean a whole bunch, even though I do make incredibly mediocre content anyway, but for my incredibly mediocre Dokkan battle content specifically on this channel, you could drop a like and also subscribe if you are new. All your support is very much appreciated, even when your boy is taking on straight up kind of doo-doo events like this. As I'm disappointed. I expected more. I expected more from this event. I really did. I thought it was going to be more than it is. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my fault for wanting more without knowing hardly anything at all. All I know is it's a polar opposite to my reaction to the God event when it first came on Global. My reaction to the God event was ridiculous. Like, I got absolutely smacked the first time I attempted that. Give Vegeta these in orbs. We'll give Goku and Frieza. We can't get that, so I'll just give them the tech ones. I mean, the guy said it was really long. I saw the guy who had to translate his tweets from French. Looking 42 minutes. Maybe that's because he was doing one of the category missions, and that's what made it longer. Maybe that's where, as he put in like the phrasing with the, you know, the quotation marks. Maybe that's what he meant by, oh, it's difficult. The difficulty is it's just long. And they even had the audacity to say, oh, you can only take 2 items with you. Like, maybe if we do it with a category mission, maybe it'll be a little bit more difficult, but it just seems to be long. Not long now, because obviously Reps Universe 7 it just wipes. So Goku is transforming. Does he transform through all of his transformations? Or, because it's Planet Namek Saga, maybe he just goes from Kaioken, maybe to base again, then Super Saiyan, or maybe just go straight to Super Saiyan? I don't know, we're going to have to see after we beat this Kaioken stage. I guess it's kind of cool they have transformations in there, but it's not difficult. Just, as that guy said on Twitter, it's just long. That's all it is, it's just long. How much damage are we going to do here? 186k. That's not bad, I guess. It's not bad. But with the teams in the game right now that have ridiculous amounts of health, like 500k minimum plus, and you've got these beastie units, like even the new Goku and Frieza, UI Goku, SSB Vegeta, EZA Goku and Frieza. So most of these are literally just Reps Universe 7 units. Cooler. Can you imagine Cooler against this part of the event? The only thing that would be saving the Kaioken Goku right now is the fact that in fact, it's just the fact the boss has damage reduction. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I expected too much. Let me know what you think about the event down in the comments as well, by the way. I definitely want to hear your guys' opinion and your guys' input. Maybe I'm just being too harsh. Maybe I, as I said, expected a little bit too much. Maybe that's my bad. But do let me know down in the comments what you think about the new event, the Fierce Battle event. Let me know how you found it. Is it difficult? Is it just long? And also as well, let me know what you or how you thought this event was going to be, or what you wanted it to be. So I'm quite curious, because I've said how I wanted the event to be, and I thought it would have been a lot better like that, but I want to hear your guys' input as well. How did you think the event was going to be, or how did you want it to be now knowing what it is? Let me know down in the comments. Let's start a discussion, get the ball rolling. I know for a full fact, and I know you're probably going to be watching this. Kawaki, I know you're going to be in the comments, and let me know what you think about this event down in the comments as well. I know you're going to be watching. He pops up on every video. Fair play to him. He's an absolute legend. King. Absolute king. Comments on pretty much every single video I do. Absolute king, Kawaki. I see you. I see you, my guy. See, look at that. We have type disadvantage. I know they're okay, we're getting super. I might, to be fair, we do have the Icarus active on the support memory. This is probably going to do a bit of damage. Okay, I know the Icarus is active, but the attack and defense boost isn't actually that big. I think it's like 30-40%. That is Vegeta. A type disadvantage unit against a type... He has type disadvantage against a Fizz unit. He just got supered. He didn't even take 100k. What does the Icarus give? All allies attack and defense plus 10% for one turn. Okay, it was even less. It's attack and defense plus 10% for one turn. And Vegeta, as I said, a type disadvantage unit who just got supered, again with type disadvantage, didn't even take 100k. I'm disappointed. I think that's obvious. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I expected so much more. I expected so much more. I really did. Maybe that's my bad. Maybe that is my bad. As I said, the difficulty, that guy on Twitter currently is right. Like, he is resonating within my soul right now. The difficulty is it's just long. I'm watching UI Goku do just 1,000,000 damage on a crit. It's ridiculous. That's the only thing that makes this difficult, is the fact that it is long because of the damage reduction. When Goku's only doing 1,000,000 on a crit, that is literally the difficulty. That is the difficulty. I can't lie. Goku and Frieza, I know it was on an old tube tab, but Goku and Frieza are doing 370k. Okay, they're being supered. How much for? Even that, like that's Goku event. You're getting absolutely smacked for like 300k or something. I know I'm talking all this absolute smoke, and I'm healing, but like obviously I'm gonna heal here just to be safe. But that's because I wanted to see how much damage we were gonna take. It's pathetic. I expected more. I'm gonna try and stop complaining, but I just expected more. Has anyone else done a video on this? Like, I don't really subscribe to a whole lot of Dokkan YouTubers, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna check. Obviously, the big legend that is Truth. He done the new event? Don't think he has he done it? I don't think he has. Unless he's not going to do a video on it. Let me check. The Master Ningen. Has he done a video on it? Can we actually pay attention to doing the event as well? That would help. Making it even longer for ourselves. think he has. I don't think he has. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to gauge other like people's opinions, and no other YouTuber's done a video on it. Oh wait, no, Goresh. I think Goresh has done it. Goresh has taken it on. I can't tell immediately from the video, so I can't really do anything here. Do you know what? I'm gonna read his comments. I'm gonna read his comments. Okay, so he's going base. Is there gonna be like? Okay, no, it's literally just like the strength Dokkan Fest Namek Goku. Okay, never mind. Give you all of those. Give you them. Give Goku and Frieza all of them. What's the comment saying? Some guy in his comments was like, when I first tried this event, I was like, this was piss fucking easy. Oh. He said until Goku caught him off guard. Do you mean like this? If he meant like that, I mean Vegeta just swallowed that. Maybe he means when he goes Super Saiyan. Okay, so the general consensus that I'm seeing from Goresh's video is they like it. And then the other consensus is, because I haven't been seeing this in the same comments, is they like it because we have our hard events essentially. But then they like the fusion between. So someone said like Legendary Goku event, which not really. I'm not really like this at all. I don't like no. But yeah, the general consensus is people like it, and then the other consensus is it's quite easy. You can probably be caught off guard if you're not too careful, and you're probably doing what I'm doing right now, which is just kind of just breathing through it and not really paying too much attention. But people are liking it. I mean, it's not a bad event. I think personally because I wanted more for the event, and I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be as hard as the God event, but I kind of wanted maybe somewhere between just under Legendary Goku event in terms of difficulty, or somewhere between Legendary Goku event and the God event with potentially an ESBR layout or Legendary Goku event layout, like either or, like, you know. But then have it meaningful, which was, I mean, some guy said it was meaningful, but the part that I wanted was it goes through different sagas of Dragon Ball Z that we grew up reading in the manga, watching on TV when we were kids, and, you know, you take on, you know, Planet Namek Saga, you fight Frieza maybe through all his forms. I said he has different gimmicks for each form potentially, where he's lowering your attack, lowering your defense. Maybe he locks your units in place. Maybe he can seal you. Maybe he can stun a unit. Maybe by the time he gets to full power, as I said, he has one of those countdown things, and then bang, Mollywop for damage. You got to take him down quickly. Do you know what I mean? And then, as I said, next one, Cell Saga. Cell has his own gimmicks with potentially transformations, and then vice versa, where the two perspectives comes in. You have to run an extreme team against the superclass enemies, and then vice versa, the same thing for, you know, when you take on the villains, you have to run a superclass like ally team. You know, restrict the teams just like a little bit more. But the only thing they seem to have done is just give them damage reduction. And I'm guessing from what I've seen here and what I've noticed, the events get, or not the events, the stages or the phases get a little bit harder each time. Like, just a little bit harder each time. To be fair, we are running one of the best teams in the entire game, but it seems they get a little bit harder each time. But I can definitely see how Goku, I'm guessing it's this stage. I am seeing how he could probably catch you off guard if you're just kind of, essentially kind of trying to breeze through it like I am right now. And you can do a bit of damage if you're not paying attention. Yeah, I think personally why I'm disappointed, just to reiterate, is just because Jesus. What was wrong with me? This is like the third or fourth video or something that I seem to get, I missed two of them. But yeah, after that mishap, I said I think the only reason why I'm disappointed, which I've stated before, but to reiterate, is because I thought Well, I kind of thought, and I also wanted it to be a bit more difficult. I wanted it to be, as I said, between that legendary Goku event, you know, the God event in terms of difficulty, or maybe just a bit easier than the legendary Goku event itself, while having the meaningful battles in there, with like a few extra restrictions of just superclass team, you know, not necessarily just a superclass, but essentially taking superclass units, take on the villains of each saga, and then, you know, vice versa, you take on the superclass enemies, you have to take an extreme class team. I think that's the only reason I'm disappointed. That's the only reason why I'm disappointed, is because of the way that I wanted it to be, which is, it's kind of selfish, which is, you know, but I think that's it. I don't think it's a bad event. I think, as I said, it's just because of the way that I wanted it is why I'm slightly disappointed. It's not a bad event by any you know, stretch of the imagination. It does essentially have the key battles. I mean, you can kind of pick between Krillin and Piccolo. Piccolo fought Frieza. Krillin and Gohan had a few battles in the Namek saga. Who was the first fight? Nail, obviously he fought Frieza and unfortunately, you know, wiped. And then of course you fight Vegeta, who, to be fair, which is why I'm hoping for a part 2 Jeets, not just bias, but also after getting mollywopped, just mollywops like half the Frieza force for fun. And then of course he gets mollywopped himself against Frieza. Yeah, and then of course you fight Goku, which is obviously, you know, why would you not fight Goku at the end of the superclass enemies? Like, Super Saiyan Goku is literally one of the pinnacles of the whole of the Namek saga. Like, it's definitely not a bad event. It's definitely not a bad event. I'm not knocking it saying it's a bad event. Like, definitely not. As I said, I think personally from what I wanted or predicted in that video I did is why I'm disappointed. Or slightly disappointed. I think that's more fair to say. Like, just slightly. The difficulty, the term difficulty, you know, paraphrasing, definitely comes from the fact that it's long. Like, if there was no damage reduction from each boss or each phase, for example, in this one right here, if there was no damage reduction as much as it is doing damage reduction, LRUI Goku would have absolutely swept this part of the event against SSJ Goku having a type advantage. If he was doing his normal type of damage reduction, Goku would have absolutely swept him. Yes, it's definitely not a bad event. I kind of wanted more. That's selfish of me, essentially. Let's get your active off. Why not? We have no choice but to work together. The power of family. It's gonna do like next to no damage, isn't it? Okay, 700k. That's not as bad. I thought it would be a lot worse. But we should be. What's UI Goku's attack stat? We're over 1 million. That's how long we've been on this part. We're over 1 million. But we should be done. Even with the damage reduction, LRUI Goku should finish this off. Oh, take it to the face. Bitch. There we go. Bang. Oh no, there's another bit. Okay. Maybe this is where Goku catches people. I'm out of items as well. Maybe I was being a little bit too careful near the end. I mean, you can never be too careful, but you know. Well, are we gonna start? Like, are you gonna do like a lot more damage now? Okay, we potentially won't see against LRUI Goku because of course he dodges everything, even with a 70% chance to dodge, which is very high, but it's not guaranteed. 600k. Okay, no, the damage is still pathetic. Double digits. That damage reduction must be huge. For LRUI Goku to do 900k on a super attack. That is pathetic. 900k crit from Jeets. Again, pathetic. This event really do be long. That is really where the difficulty comes from. The damage reduction. 600k from LRUI Goku. That is ridiculous. This is probably going to do nothing. We have type disadvantage. Okay, they crit, so they've done a bit. But if we crit in normal circumstance, you're looking at about 3 million plus there. Jesus. I mean, at least the Int UI Goku's going to continue building. I mean, that's for fun. And the Fizz one, I guess. That's kind of fun, I suppose. That's something. Damn, I've been recording for half an hour. The only times we ever get half an hour videos is when I'm taking like a subpar unit that's just been easy aid into the Legendary Goku event. I'm being careful. I'm really curious to see how much 620k again. It's pathetic. This damage reduction is heavy. 720k on a crit. LRUI Goku just critted. Not for like 1.3, 1.4 million and above. LRUI Goku just critted for 720k. 720k. The damage reduction is heavy on this event. I can't lie, it is heavy. Give Vegeta them, then we can give Android 17 all of thems. We still have the revival mechanic though. We're on turn 17. And we're about what, halfway through this phase, which I'm guessing is the last one, because it's the new LRSSJ Goku. 500. It just got worse. 578k. What am I looking at? Ugh. It's literally an event of no one does damage. Not even the boss. No one does damage, and that's what draws it out. 500k from Jeets. Thank God you two have built-in additionals, because Jesus Christ, this would have been even longer. 620k on a crit. Woo! Okay. Okay, of course he'll take a bit more. I'm still not knocking the event. I do want to say this. I'm not even in a selfish way. I think just because of how drawn out this is already becoming. And that's just on this phase, which I'm guessing is the final phase. That's just on this phase. I kind of wish they did it in a different format that wasn't just damage reduction, and that's what adds the difficulty. That's what. Wait a minute, why is he doing 20k damage all of a sudden? You were doing double digits the last turn. Why all of a sudden are you doing 20k damage? Am I missing something? Hey, get out of here with your super attack, you bitch. Where's the 50k? Where's the 25k damage coming from? Is he doing double digits? What am I missing? Why was he doing 25k on LRUI Goku? Is it because of the different? No, he hasn't. He's done double digits on both rotations. What am I missing? I don't know. I don't know what I missed there for him to be doing more damage like that. Well, we're almost coming to the end at least. But I definitely wish they went for a different format, because it's just long at this point, I'm not going to lie. Just long. $600k? I'm going for 600k. 670k, I mean, I was basically right. And an additional... I don't even know if Goku will actually finish this off, just because of how little damage he's doing. He even got 800k on a crit this time, and it still wasn't enough. Jeets. Finish that motherfucker off. Now. Sick of him. Take it, you bitch. Boom. And we are done. Jesus Christ, that event is long. I've been recording for 34 minutes. 34 minutes. No cuts. And for doing all that for 34 minutes, I get a singular Dragon Stone. Okay, I want to know what the missions are before I go. Okay, we also get the support. Oh, that's going to be long grinding the support memory. Before you get 20. Collection of epic battles once with at least 6. Okay, so it's essentially just full category teams. That's where the added difficulty, if you will, comes in with the category teams. I'm guessing throughout the year, I'm guessing they're gonna add the like more stages, more new stages that take on different parts of different sagas. I mean, as you can see there in the background, we've got Cell, we've got Vegeta, which is kind of weird because we started with Frieza, even though Vegeta comes before him. So maybe at some point we'll get Saiyan Saga, Cell Saga, and Buu Saga. I don't know. As I said earlier on in the video, let me know what you think about this event down in the comments. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What would you change if you don't? Or even what would you change if you do like it? Let me know your initial thoughts. My initial thoughts is it's not a bad event. It's just really long and drawn out for no reason apart from maybe they just didn't want another hard event like ESPR Legendary Goku event, and especially like the God event, but some form of difficulty with those like category missions. I said let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. That's my initial thoughts, and peace.